Hi there and welcome to this video. We're going to be checking out Godot 4.4 beta 2, okay? That well, as you can see, was released just a couple of days ago. Remember that 2 weeks ago we had a 4.4 beta 1, and well, actually in this post, like as you can see, was quite long. We had a summary of the main new features, okay, coming to the official version of Godot 4.4. But well, right now we are on beta 2 just some weeks later, so well, it does mean a lot. Remember that the closer we get to the official release of Godot 4.4, the fewer important improvements or revolutionary changes we will have, because well, of course, they are not going to make any kind of risk or add any kind of risk improvement which could delay the release of the official version, okay? So they will be just polishing the existing features, or maybe adding pretty small new things, or fixing once again small bugs. So well, here we only have like a few highlights, as you can see, and that would be all. Something for whenever you are checking a new version release change is that they always have here this button GH and like some kind of number, and this refers to the pull request. Okay, basically this is a place where this change took place, and here there's usually like more information about the change that you may be interested in if you read this, okay, and you want to dive deeper or you don't understand what this actually does. Lots of times in the actual pull request there is some more information, okay? Sometimes there isn't, but well, there can be still. Because for example here has some fixes to the features that were introduced in the previous Godot 4.4 versions. For example, here you are not going to be able to duplicate UID files, or well, I wasn't really able to understand what this will do because I entered here and well, there wasn't also much more information, but basically this is something that has to do with UID files introduced in 4.4 previous versions. We also have fixed embedded game size, so you know that now you have a new game tab, okay, that we will cover briefly. So well, there has also been a fix with this, and once again take a look at how here there is more information about this specific change if you really want to. Once again, another fix with the embedded game window, so you can see how they're indeed fixing something that they had previously introduced. And well, those were the main things that I saw. Of course, you can go to a post and read here, but I don't think that if you're like a general Godot user or something like that, maybe you are interested in some of these things. But well, they are quite like specific, okay? So well, I will just go ahead and download the Windows version, okay, and then I will just open the usual zip file. I want to do this just here with you. So well, here as usual we have the application, which is the heavier file, and one that is lighter, that is basically the console. So we'll just click the execute also that we can get started, okay, to see the version like from the inside. Now the first thing that you may see in Godot, I think it was introduced in beta 1 and it wasn't mentioned because it is not something like super big, but it is basically that the window now, the default size of the window is much bigger. As you can see, it covers much more space. Whereas in previous versions, okay, for example, we'll open this one that is 4.3, okay, stable, it was much smaller, and the same thing with, for example, I think this one is 4.4 dev 5. As you can see, it is also like a little bit smaller. Also, there is a new button, okay, when you create a new project. I mentioned these things that are a little bit like smaller that were introduced in beta 2, but just if you want to know about them. And now you have this edit now button. So I will create a new game project in my downloads, for example, okay, and if I have this enabled, it will mean that as soon as this project is created, it is going to be opened, basically the default behavior that we are used to having. But if we disable this, we can basically click create, and the project will just have been created, but we are not going to be editing it directly. And as you can see, I think this was introduced in beta 2 because this wasn't before. This is edit in recovery mode. I believe this is something quite similar to safe mode that we have in Unity, for example, if you are also used to using Unity. And here it says recovery mode is a special mode that may help to recover projects that crash the engine during initialization. This mode temporarily disables the following features, okay? So well, if you had some trouble with any of these things or with any other stuff, you may want to edit your project in recovery mode, okay? But well, I will just go ahead and open this up, which would mean basically editing this project. And well, here we are. So as you can see, this is everything that we used to have as usual. And just quite quickly, I want to point out some of the new stuff that is quite interesting. For example, now Camera 3D have this new preview. Okay, so for example, if I rotate this camera, as you can see, I can see what the camera is actually seeing, okay, or rendering. Now you can also favorite any property. So for example, the position that is quite hidden, you can favorite it and it will appear on top, or you can unfavorite that property. So now, for example, I had just created the world environment and directional light 3D nodes just to have them over there, and also a mesh instance because I want to demonstrate this new game tab. So we will go ahead and run this scene. And well, now I have this new like interface. And well, if you have this in input, it means that the game will react to keyboard input, mouse input, etc. But you can also select 2D and control nodes or 3D nodes in this case. So I'm able to click over here, and as you can see, I have this new mesh, this mesh selected. So I can do anything that I want. So for example, I could add over here a new standard material 3D. Okay. Oh well, right now it is not allowing me to do that. I don't really know why. But maybe because once again this is a little bit like buggy right now. But for example, I would be able to modify its position. So right now it is there, but if I wanted to move it, I don't know, let's move it 15 units in the y-axis. So now it has disappeared. Or let's move it something like maybe 5 so we can see the difference. Maybe 2 or 1 even. Okay, there we have it, so we can see how the position has been changed. So this once again tries to emulate what we have on Unity. And well, what they have fixed, for example, for the window size is that now it seems that you also have these buttons over here. So I will disable to make it floating. Okay, so it should be directly embedded over here, I believe. Yes, there you have it. So now you also have these 3 buttons. So this would keep the aspect, okay? Or with this one, it would keep the aspect ratio of the embedded game. I don't really understand what that would do, but with this one, it would be just it would fit the size, okay, of the actual tab over here. Okay, as you can see, it changes the size. So usually what you would use is these ones, okay. I don't really know the difference between the two, to be honest, but well, they are. So well, what do you think of this new version? These ones weren't, as far as I can remember, in beta 1. So well, what do you think of this new specific game tab feature and the other ones that we had? Let me know in the comments down below.